Alright, so this is my second time attempting to record this with a different mic, so let's do this. So I'm showing you guys how I remake my 99J Ywigs wig. I initially made it and totally botched up the frontal, had to order a new one. They were so kind in sending me a new one. So I'm going to deconstruct this wig off a camera and show you guys partially how I make a new one. I hope you're excited. Someone had requested that I try to do this. I do my best. So I didn't have a tripod at the time of recording this. So I had like a weird desk clip thing holding up my phone for a majority of this. So I'm going to show you here, this video is also sped up, that I used the extra large mesh dome cap to make my wigs. And I'm going to turn it around. You can see I have a marking for the middle and the ear tab on the mesh cap, so I know where to lay my frontal. I use the extra large even though my head isn't extra large, because when I make my wigs and use the normal dome cap size, when I put the wig on my head, it doesn't fit anymore. It's way too small, which is what happened when I first made this wig. So you can see here I have 23-inch what's it called? Oh, mannequin head. And so I'm laying my frontal. I normally only use 3 pins to set it down, one on each ear tab and then one in the center towards the back. I'm just lining it up here. I have markers to line up the ear tabs and also where I'll need to cut off the excess lace around the ears, because my forehead is not exactly small, but the frontal was a bit too big for my head. So this is what I do to sort of ensure that my wig will lay flat or as close to flat as possible without, you know, a lot of glue or whatever. So I'm using red string, not black string for this. A, because I thought it was cute, and B, because I thought it'd be easier for you guys to see while making this video for whoever wanted to watch this. Of course, there are tons of other videos online elsewhere, but someone asked me to show, so here I am. So this is how I lay down my frontal. I do this stitch where I will show you, I loop underneath, just me kind of, yeah. So I loop underneath the mesh, and then I wrap the thread around the needle, and that's how I create that sort of like loop and cross stitch to secure my wigs. It feels more secure for me with the least amount of stitches. I'm lazy and I don't do the hot glue gun method for my wigs because I don't like the feeling of that hardened hot glue when I run my fingers through my hair or when I have it on my head. It's just a personal preference. I know doing this way takes longer, but I just like it more. And so you can see me here going through it, pulling it through, struggling to, because I'm a total beginner. There we go. And that's how I do that. I'm trying to make it as visible for you guys as possible. I'm sorry for like quality and how over bright it is. I'm filming on a phone in my basement prior to me actually getting any sort of tripod, so bear with me. I might try to film another one later now that I have my tripod. I have another hair video coming up that isn't Ywigs. I've been exclusively Ywigs on my channel for the past 3 or 4 videos that I have, but the next one is not. Gosh, this hair is so pretty. Alright, so when I'm making my wigs, I don't like to have my track start a little bit further. I like it right at the very edge of my wig cap. I don't sew through the elastic, only the mesh of the wig. And I use the same threading method that I use to attach my frontal. And I always double my wefts. This is probably the first time, or not the first time, this is probably the second wig that I've done. Second or third wig that I've done where I've doubled the wefts to get as much volume as possible. I like big hair. I've got a lot of hair, a lot of hair on my head. So I'd like for my wigs to reflect that. I just don't like the look of thin wigs. I also I do the fold over method almost all the way towards the top or as close to the frontal as possible. I don't like to cut my wefts, honestly, because I'm lazy and it just feels like a lot of work for me. I know that doing the fold over method can cause some bulkiness, so I might start cutting the wefts maybe halfway up towards the top of my wigs, but for this one and probably maybe for the next one, I'll stick with the way I typically do things. But I will have to change soon because the fold over method for me does create a little bit of like a corner or like a sticky out bit closer towards the top when I start to get towards, you know, where how your wig looks really does matter. So we'll see. You guys can be on this journey together with me. I keep my wefts about a finger width, half inch apart from each other, just because that's what I saw other people do, so that's what I've been doing. Also, I find that when you do it that way, you can fit more of the bundles in it. This is probably the first time where I really stuck strictly to that finger width and been able to fit as close to all 3 bundles that I've received onto my wig. Normally, I can only get about 2 bundles on before I run out of space. So I was really proud of this one because I probably only had less than 10 inches of track left to attach to this wig. So I had very little left over, and I'm super happy about that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show you how I do like the very top close to the frontal, but essentially once I get about, I want to say 4 inches from the frontal at the top, that's when I start to stop the fold over method and cut my tracks into smaller strips and only single wefts so that I don't have bulkiness at the top. If it's bulky and fold to bottom, that's great, but not at the top. That's not cute. So I hope that this was helpful for those who requested it, or at least, you know, entertaining. I have it sped up here because it takes forever. Not forever, it takes a long time for me to make these wigs, and I do make a lot of mistakes because I am such a noob. I will be showing how I style how I style this wig next. That's the video I'm working on next, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and that's about all I have to say about this one, and I'll see you guys next time. If it wasn't helpful for you, I would like to add there are tons of videos on YouTube that you could use, so enjoy and learn with me.